and Wack100. Now, we know that him and Wack100 has had their fair share of differences, from shouting at each other on Clubhouse.
What you do?
Ain't no old that I beat your little young.
Hey, ain't no fighting. I'm letting you know now.
I'm with that.
To Wack100 mentioning him on other podcasts.
What's going on with you and Memo 600?
Nothing. Lie.
He said you only wanted to sign him to beef with Lil Durk after he was unceremoniously removed from OTF, allegedly.
And I put the content up that I wouldn't sign him because he couldn't provide me a release.
Why, that's on your page right now?
Yeah, he couldn't provide me a release. I put the whole text thread up.
So how did you even start communicating with this
kiddo?
Now, his latest interview with Cam Capone, Memo would describe a situation at No Jumper to where he says that Remo as well as Adam22 not only lined him up to actually sit down with Trap Lord Ross, but they ultimately lined him up with Wack100.
I don't with Wack too much, but he doing his thing. Wack always come with the bullshit.
Shit, that's
shout out old the duty low, bro.
Oh, the duty low.
Old the duty low. I actually met Wack recently, face to face, like.
When you was No Jumper?
Yeah, Remo and them tried to act like it was coincidental that I'm here and he was still there, but I know they set the shit up.
Now, just to show y'all how that played out, we have a clip that we're going to insert right here, and you can see the body language of Adam, as well as Memo 600 and Remo, at the moment that Wack allegedly storms into the studio while Memo 600 is sitting down with Adam22 and Remo doing the interview.
Memo 600 in the building.
Shout out No Jumper, man. It's Big 60. Y'all know what's going on.
Let's go. It's probably the third, fourth time we had you on here.
Hell yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
For sure.
Okay.
It's a lot. I don't even know where to start because it's been so much shit. Like,
I know where to start.
What the you said you were leaving.
we got Uncle Phil in this bitch.
I got a call from the Shy. Said, you know he on the West Coast.
Now, Memo would go on to say that they fake set this up, that this was all a play, even though we know that somebody sitting at that table is an individual that says that he doesn't run plays. But let's let this other clip continue and let Memo explain to y'all about what took place at No Jumper.
They fake set it up. Bam. Remo get that. While I'm pulling in, parking, he down. I'm gonna let you know now, whacking out. He was supposed to leave at woo woo, but he ended up staying. Woo. Bro, who the you think you talking to? I'm from the city of Backdoor Gang. Like, who the you think you talking to, man?
Right.
I know this ain't no coincidence. I with Remo, that's my real brother. Like, Remo always for my music. Like, I with him for half of my fan base and shit, because he pushed me, man. Like, you know, I for Remo, but Remo, you bogus for that, bro. You could have told me. I ain't gonna say I was gonna cancel it back down. As long as I know you told me, I feel like our bond would have been a little better. I feel like it was some slick shit.
Now, to me, that was a backdoor move. I mean, I got a lot of respect for Remo's craft and, you know, what he brings to the table as far as content creation, as well as the conversations that he brings to the table at No Jumper. A lot of interviews you guys don't know that come from like Chicago and stuff like that. Remo is the point man for that. He knows the history. He knows what's going on. He knows who these guys are. But for him to actually do this to Memo 600 was kind of out of character for Remo. I don't know if Adam talked him into doing it or not, but that could have actually went a different direction, and I'll let Memo 600 tell you about that.
What if I would have came on there on some 100% whack shit, and it could have went ugly. Either I could have got up, he could have got up, or
That's a good question for not only Adam but for Remo, for everybody in the building, for the individuals who was behind this and said, you know what, 600 Memo is gonna be here. They might have talked to Wack prior to that. Hey, Wack, 600 Memo gonna be here, man. You know, we're gonna have you come in and surprise him. Don't do nothing crazy. But let's just say, what if it just would have went in a totally different direction? And this is some of the stuff a lot of people be talking about with that particular platform. These are some of the talking points that the people who are against the platform already have. It's they put themselves in situations that could possibly be ugly, that could possibly turn things up in the streets. Because I just seen a video where they blaming different LA podcasts for some of the things that's going on in the streets. Now, do I necessarily agree with all of those talking points? No. But at the end of the day, this situation right here, this is a little different because you invite two people in a building that in the past have had expressed words of Wack saying he wanted to put the mitts on 600 Memo, and Memo 600 saying that if Wack put the mitts on him, he was going to hit him with the pew pew. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a lot to unpack here. Now, Memo would actually explain what took place behind the scenes, what we didn't see on camera between him and Wack100 as well.
Supposed to be me, Remo, and Adam. They got Trap Lord Ross in this bitch. They got Wack in this bitch. So they, bam, all right, we gonna do it like this. You walk in, we gonna introduce you, you gonna introduce us. Bam, Wack gonna be in there, we gonna introduce Wack. Like, oh, we got Wack in here, woo woo. Bam, after Wack, we gonna, oh, we got me, Trap Lord in this bitch, woo woo. So I feel like they plotted it before I came, but I just come in and get right to it. Like, you know, I'm used to adapting whatever around my environment. So, except snitches, bitches, and geechies on phone. I ain't saying nothing wrong with, but something wrong with snitches and bitches. But the geechies, I ain't saying, no, I ain't got nothing against them. Something wrong with that too, but I ain't got nothing.
Now, a lot of people have always talked about so many plays being ran behind the scenes on social media. And at this point, you really don't know what to believe. And honestly, it seems as though like it's happening damn near on every platform or podcast that we watching. Now, in this particular situation, like I said, it could have went left. The two individuals that we're talking about, they had somewhat of a social media back and forth argument. But then even that, a lot of times people will buy into those arguments between people on social media and believe it's that, and believe that when these people say that they're going to do harm to each other when they see each other, they believe that people going to stand on that once they actually see each other. What people got to realize is that a lot of the stuff that we hear and see on Clubhouse or on these podcasts ain't gonna happen. You feel what I'm saying? Like, no matter how loud your voice is, no matter how much you woofing, no matter how big and bad you try to portray yourself and talk about where you from and what y'all own and what y'all stand on, what we finding out is most of the people on social media ain't standing on nothing. All they doing is creating content, yelling in the microphone, making a whole bunch of drama to bring in views, which nothing is wrong with that. We just got to understand the reality from the fiction, the real from the fake. Because at the end of the day, what we seeing is nothing is going to happen. These individuals will sit down on these podcasts together, just like they never said the things that they said about each other prior to seeing each other. Not only have we seen it with this Memo 600 situation, we seen it when Wack sat down with Charleston White. Now all of a sudden, Charleston White is back having a problem with Wack. Wack is saying whatever in response to that. I mean, it's just the ongoing circle. I appreciate the content because it gives us something to talk about. But what I want the viewers to realize, what I want the people that support these platforms, the people that subscribe to these platforms to realize is all of this is WWF. All of it is fake. All of it is wrestling. And nobody's going to do nothing to nobody. That's why I'm not afraid to say anything that I want to say on this social media platform about any of these guys, because I'm not worried about nothing happening, because time and time again, the proof is that they're not going to do nothing when they see you. But get in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. Y'all already know what it is. Ruler Gang.